2, I forgot to hit record. And I've just been screaming for 14 minutes. And I look down and look at Lou. Somebody forgot to hit record. We're back. I'm in a shit mood, everybody. First of all, it's Valentine's Day. I'm pre-recording because I'm so professional. And the office is closed on Monday. So you're welcome, everybody. And it's Valentine's Day. And it's also Andrew's birthday. So it is the one day a year that I try to be pleasant and present, to not pick a fight, because I typically on Friday nights, I like to tussle a little bit. Andrew knows it's coming. He dodges the bullet. We pretend like it never happened. Nothing big or explosive, but I just like to be bitchy on a Friday. I've been carrying the weight of the world on these brittle, gorgeous shoulders. And at the end of my week, I want to unload and unleash. And unfortunately, that's coming for Andrew, because I'm not someone that gets in fights with girlfriends. I find that to be what I think about late at night? The fact that people over the age of, I'll say 27, get in fights with their friends blows my fucking mind. What are you talking about? I haven't gotten in a fight with a friend since, I remember, it was February 8th, 2020. That's an exact date. It was my first live show in San Francisco. I made a very innocuous joke about, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, you're a cunt. And then I gave some very vague examples, and she thought I was talking about her. And then she got up and stormed off in the middle of the show, front and center, went and cried in the bathroom. And then we never spoke again. It was unbelievable. And then none of my friends are, it's the weirdest thing ever. And I thought, and then she unfollowed me, and then she stopped sharing her location. And I was like, bitch, why were you sharing your location from the jump? That's weird. And, I apologize profusely and have since retracted the apology, because I just find it to be so absolutely ridiculous. In the bigger scope of the world, why are people fighting with their friends? Why are people fighting with their friends? Grow up. If you're in a relationship, obviously there's maybe mild little tensions, maybe you have a disagreement, maybe your cycles have lined up and you're both being cunts, but get the fuck over it. You can always tell when someone didn't grow up with a sister, because those are the bitches that are getting in fights with their friends. And it's no shade. It's just you don't have the same understanding and rebound rate of female dynamics if you grow up with a sister. It's all water under the bridge. Me and my sister have had physical altercations. I hate you. You're a fucking bitch. Screaming to the bone. Okay. And then it's are you hungry? Should we go get breakfast? And that's how the fucking world works. So today I'm not going to be picking any fights with my husband. Also, I'm just in a very weird, frictitious mood because, well, it's raining out, and also I went and got my nails done, which I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not a red nail girl, and this is not a seasonal Valentine's Day nail. I would just like to say that. Because it's really hard not to have a seasonal nail, because I always want to do a Bottega green, which I've never done, a muted sage Andiamo green. But it's always oh my God, is that for Christmas? Is that for St. Patrick's Day? Is that for springtime? Is that for Irish Awareness Day? There's just too many things, and it's really hard not to coincide with a holiday. So this is an orangish red, which I think is better than a burgundy-ish red. You either have to go burgundy or a bright red, because if you look next to you and you see some old woman with a perm and liver spotted hands doing a big apple red, then we have to pivot accordingly. You know what I mean? We got to freshen it up. It's got to be a little spicier. The thing is, at my nail salon, and before you send me a DM really, Jackie, you need to have someone come to your house. I thought you were bougie. I want to be one with the people, and I don't like things coming to me. I like going to a salon. I like going to kibitz, okay? I like talking to a stranger. What I don't like is at my nail salon, they play HGTV, and exclusively HGTV. Sometimes they'll dabble with the TLC, which is HGTV adjacent. And I'm going to tell you why I don't fuck with these channels. And it's not lovely. So if you're easily offended and deeply Caucasian, fast fucking forward. Something about the HGTV and the TLC makes me SAD. And I was unpacking this. It actually puts me in a weird mood, and I'm going to tell you why. Something about watching, how do I put this gingerly? Am I going to be bitchy or am I going to be nice? Am I going to be bitchy or am I going to be nice? Am I going to be bitchy or am I going to be evil? I'm going to be evil today. My nail color is called Evil Whiperer. Okay, it's T68 gel, just in case you're wondering. That's the title of this week's episode, Evil Whiperer, which doesn't really make sense. I'm like, was there a misprint? Is it supposed to be the Evil Whisperer? Whipperer, swear to fucking God. Okay, HGTV. I don't like watching ugly people in ugly places. And even if you put the ugly people in gorgeous places, I do not like the cacosity. There is a show. It's called, like, I don't know, Cheeseburger in Paradise. If that's not the name of the show, they need to rename it because that should be the name of the show. It is these deeply, deeply Caucasian people in Tommy Bahama adjacent shirts, sipping Mai Tais, looking for Airbnb, like vacation properties in beautiful islands. It's extorting these gorgeous places and rich cultures and island life to put a overstuffed coastal pillow on a love seat and have a second stream of income. I'm going to figure out the name of the show. It's something like Island Life. It's terrible, okay? So imagine the whitest, close your eyes, even if you're driving, the caucasity, the whitest people that you could find at a Walmart, okay? Or at a, I don't know, Kraken Barrel. What is it called? Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel, okay? Just slinging muffins, or what are they called? Biscuits. Cornbread biscuits. I don't know. What do they serve at Cracker Barrel? I don't care. Sipping Mai Tais. Going to these gorgeous locations, these gorgeous islands, okay? With culture and beautiful people and beautiful water and food and music, and you drop, Kevin and Carol Ann in their Bahama t-shirts, Tommy Bahama t-shirts, looking at a condo 3 blocks from the water, to rent out on Airbnb. And they got to find something with a sliver of a view and a cottage cheese ceiling. And then they show this gorgeous B-roll of the beautiful turquoise waters, the gorgeous coconut trees of Turks and Caicos. And then you see Carol Ann and Kevin shuffle-uffling down the block. It's sad. It makes me upset. Jackie, you're a cunt. I know. But it put me in a bit of a bad mood. Okay, I've done some research and the show is called, it's not called Cheeseburger in Paradise. That's the spin-off show. After they spend too much time on the island, the diabetes follows them across international waters. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's called Island Life. Most people only fantasize about living on an island, but we'll prove that an island life is possible for anyone. Tropical dreamers will be shown island properties that fit into any budget, from ultra affordable to totally outrageous. We'll follow everyday families in search of their own slice of paradise and prove that fantasy can be reality. I would just like to mention to hgtv.com that the copy on your new fucking show has typing errors. They wrote on the HGTV website, which fucking fits my theory, "Will follow everyday families is search of their own slice of paradise." It's in search of their own slice of paradise, you dumb fucks. This just proves the theory. Dumb. You know who's never getting a show on HGTV? This girl. Don't want to be there. HGTV know her. I hardly know her. I can't get that right. Disgusting. That just proves my motherfucking theory. So needless to say, I'm in a bit of a bad mood. Oh, also, I need to do a factual retraction. Last week, I said that petty pop star Kendrick Lamar was shuffling around the Super Bowl halftime show in a pair of Celine bell-bottoms. And alas, I read that they're not Celine bell-bottoms that are now sold out. Okay, talk about a marketing ploy. I read that at the very last minute, Kenny decided to wear his fiance's vintage pair of American Eagle denim bell-bottoms, and not to make his fashion statement about me, but I have an affinity for the American Eagle brand because it falls under the Abercrombie umbrella, which, by the way, people really love Abercrombie. You know that sad, dismal questionnaire I sent out a couple weeks ago? A lot of people, I had to review, there was all these analytics, whatever. We did this Zoom call. I didn't even really read the thing. I just did the quippy little intro, but people had to write in like what their favorite brands were. And 33% of the people who filled out that questionnaire wrote Abercrombie. Abercrombie is back, baby. I thought they got canceled and then they're back, but whatever. American Eagle is under the Abercrombie umbrella, if you will. And I hold a lot of space for the Abercrombie brand because it has symbolism for me in my life. You know, when you go from gingivitis and adhesive headgear, when I got my braces off, okay, and I got on a birth control prescription, I got small little tits and I got my gums back. I finally was able to see my teeth because the gums it was just all gum for 4.5 years. And even though I had a lingering case of the ginge, you know, if you're not brushing, you're not bleeding. No, if you're not bleeding, you're not brushing. Every time I brushed my teeth for about 2 years post headgear, I was bleeding, like gushing blood because they were just so sensitive and they needed to come back to life. But anyways, if you ain't bleeding, you ain't brushing. Put that on a t-shirt. So when I was 16 years old, I thought that working at Abercrombie was the same thing as being signed to like Ford models. You know, I thought that was basically like you're going to be plucked and you're going to walk in the Victoria's Secret fashion show. So feeling so deeply ugly, and I didn't like struggle with self-esteem during that time because I knew I was going to pop the fuck off. I was like, give me 4.5 years and get this bracket off of my head and you just wait. You hoes could fucking never. And a lot of that is attributed to my mother just being like way too comforting. You know, she's like, these hoes. I remember all the time I'd be like, so-and-so, so pretty. She's like, she's ugly. And I'm like, Mom, she's not. Everybody has a crush on her. She's like, she's a fat troll. And I'm like, okay, thanks, Mom. Like that was the way she showed me love. I was like, so bad by like putting down all like my friends. Some of the times I'm like, I like her, she's nice, Mom, I love Caitlin. She's like, she's a bitch. You know, whatever. I'm like, but Mom, everybody has a crush on Brittany, she's a fat whore. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I remember getting those braces off and I was walking around the mall and they were hiring at Abercrombie kids. That's crucial to the story because I wasn't an Abercrombie and Fitch girl. I could only finagle the Abercrombie kids and I stood at the front door. This was my only job and it only lasted 2.5 weeks. I got fired because I like didn't show up. I would stand there inhaling the fumes, all of the fierce body spray, and I'd say, hey, what's up? Hey, what's going on? You could only say, hey, what's up? Or hey, what's going on? I was like, what if an adult walks in? That's disrespectful. They were like, bitch, shut up. Put on the 3 lacy tanks and a low slung bell bottom a la Kendrick Lamar and say, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up? Hey guys, what's up? And I had never felt hotter. I was like, I am popping bonies and stacking dollars, okay? And I'm going to dab the blood from my gums with dollar bills, y'all. Dinner time can feel like a lose-lose situation sometimes. You can either dine out and spend way too much money, or you can grocery shop and slave away planning and executing a meal that takes forever, and Clyde is just going to chuck on the floor anyways. So I'm excited to tell you about Home Chef, which can save you both time and money without sacrificing the experience of a delicious restaurant-quality meal at home. Last week, I made the teriyaki ginger glazed salmon and it was an absolute treat, okay? Home Chef delivers fresh ingredients and chef-designed recipes conveniently to your doorstep to simplify your cooking experience. Users of leading meal kits have rated Home Chef #1 in quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Whether you prefer classic meal kits with pre-portioned ingredients, quick 30-minute recipes, oven-ready options, microwave meals, or a dedicated family menu, Home Chef has everything you and your family need for hassle-free, delish dinners. They also have over 30 options a week and serve a variety of dietary needs, so they've got you covered. It's so economical and so delicious. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 18 free meals plus free dessert for life, and of course, free shipping on your first box. Go to homechef.com/Bible. That is homechef.com/Bible for 18 free meals and free dessert for life. You heard that right. Homechef.com/Bible. Must be an active subscriber to receive free dessert. I cannot tell you how much I love Thrive Market. I was literally paying retail for them before they became a sponsor of mine. Trying to find healthy options for your family feels like it's getting harder and harder, and Thrive Market just makes it easy and convenient. Clyde is obsessed with their grain-free puffs, and it just feels like such a win to give him food he actually likes that's also good for him. Thrive Market makes it simple to find trusted, family-friendly brands without spending hours in the grocery store. From snacks and school lunches to pantry staples, everything they offer is 100% non-GMO. And with their on-site filters, you can shop based on what matters most to your family: low sugar, gluten-free, organic, high protein, whatever. It's all a click away. I love that they have an organic filter because as someone who's terrified of microplastics all of a sudden, I want to make sure that what I'm feeding Clyde is the best. So my favorite feature is the Healthy Swap scanner in the Thrive Market app. So here's how it works. You scan a product you're used to buying. It instantly recommends cleaner, healthier alternatives. This has been a game changer in the Schimmel-Haas household, okay? We made some amazing swaps. I'd say my favorite is swapping out regular microwave popcorn for the lesser evil popcorn. It's just as delish. I feel so much better knowing it's better than the junk we used to eat. Ready for a junk-free start to 2025? Head to thrivemarket.com/bitchbible and get 30% off your first order plus a free $60 gift. That is THRIVE market.com/bitchbible, thrivemarket.com/bitchbible. Okay, we need to unpack my day yesterday because I don't want to gloat, but I had a pretty lengthy day of parenting without supervision. And when I commit, like I'm all in, you know? So I'm like, we're going to wake up. We're going to have banana pancakes. We're going to go to the Topanga Mall. We're going to go to Wetzel's Pretzels. We're going to look for a cute top. We're going to buy some sensible basics to fit your ever expanding body. His, not mine. Thank you much. I am getting snatched. I don't know if you can fucking tell, but I have worked out 4 days this week. Hated every second, Melissa Wood Tepperberg. Can we just discuss, if you haven't popped over to Melissa Wood's page, the satanic saunaing? And I can relate because I find my saunaing techniques to be a bit satanic. It's just like me on TikTok scrolling about aliens and like sweating my balls off. Like that's what I do in the red lights. But she's doing some type of a meditation, like tell me what to say, guide me with your actions. And I'm like, who are you talking to? What is going on? Is Lucifer coming through your pores while you dry brush? What's going on? Like, how is this? Is that meditation? I don't know. I don't know her. Meditation, I hardly know her. Anyways, so we woke up. It was a very rainy day. I made him a gorgeous banana pancake. I'm not going to be annoying, but I'll hit you with a recipe. Don't ask any follow-up questions or for measurements because I'm not doing that. That's why we can't have nice things. That's why we don't share things. If you can't fucking figure it out, it means you're stupid and you probably shouldn't have a child to feed banana pancakes to begin with because it's hard, okay? And I'm speaking from experience. I think about it a lot. I'm like, am I equipped for this? Not sure. It's too late now. So you do 1 banana, 1 egg, scoop of almond or peanut butter, depending on your likings. Hit it with a hemp seed, hit it with a chia seed, mix it up, cinnamon if you're frisky, and then just so it's like thick enough to make little pancakes, butter the pan, and then you make fucking pancakes, okay? We're not adding sugar. We're not adding flour. Why? Because we don't need to. If you want that, go to the island life. You know, I'm not someone that wants to completely shelter him from all sugar and bad shit, but like, if I can for a while, like if I'm going to make him a pancake, I'm not calling Aunt Jemima for her mix. I'm just going to wing it together. And then like he can ingest all the red dye and all the high fructose corn syrup later in life. You know, I was stockpiling Slim Jims by the time I was 12. It was like a main food group. I'd go to 7-Eleven before middle school. Me and my best friend Brianna would always go there. Our parents would drop us off there and then we would walk to middle school. It was a different time. I mean, if I missed the bus home, I would call my mom from the office and she's like, Ellen DeGeneres is on, so you're going to have to walk home. And we would literally walk over the 101 freeway to come home with like our Roxy backpacks or a JanSport. I'm embellishing, excuse me. But we would go to the 7-Eleven. I would get a Slim Jim. May Lucifer strike me dead if I'm lying. Slim Jim, Fun Dip, Pina Colada Slurpee. That was the holy trinity. The iciness of the Pina Colada Slurpee probably really felt nice on the gingivitis. The Slim Jim for a little snap, and the Fun Dip for a little frisky energy and a blue tongue to boot. Anyways, so I made him banana pancakes. Then we sauntered to the mall because what else do you do in the San Fernando Valley when it is pouring dick rain? And we went to Zara Kids, bought him some cute little track suits. Zara Kids is the cutest place to buy kids' clothes. I love mini Rodini, but it's very niche and very, like, you either get it or you don't get it. It's like weird track suits with like rats holding baguettes, but I'm obsessed with it. I think it's the cutest thing. It's all kind of like unisex, like bomber jackets. It's expensive, but it goes on sale a lot. I love Mini Rodini and I love Zara Kids. Write those down. Write those down. Don't ever say that I never told you fucking anything. We're not gatekeeping in this week's episode. Next week, we will resume the gatekeeping. So, you know, we're walking around the mall. I was going to take him for a little sushi lunch because I want to show him, what his mother likes to do. Like, could I have taken him to, a sensory art class and like, a little mommy and me gym that day? Yes, I could have. He was enrolled, but I thought, I want to show this kid the way the world works, because he works for me. So I'm like, we're going to have a day. We're going to do a sushi. We're going to go, find some new eye masks. We're going to test out new candles. I love the red currant candle. I forget who makes it, like Archipelago or something. But I don't like the red sticker because it's giving Christmas. So I've decided to maybe change up my house scent. Also write this one down. The diptyque is a little too on the nose. It's expected. It smells like a lot of people's home. But I'm now shifting into something different where my home scent is going to be the Archipelago. And I'm not even sure if that's the brand. It's the arugula scent. Arugula. Jackie, are you nuts? Maybe arugula. My favorite peppery lettuce. So we're going to buy new candles. We're going to have sushi. We're going to do this. And then once I got the lighting and the ambiance of the indoor San Fernando Valley Mall, I was like, no way. We're going to kick it old school. We're going to have a mall day. Okay. A mall day. So we popped into a Zara, okay? I could feel him starting to get hungry, and by him, I meant me. I haven't been to the Cheesecake Factory, and I'm embarrassed to say this. I have not stepped foot in a Cheesecake Factory in probably 10 years. During COVID, when I thought the world was ending, I was doing a lot of avocado egg roll takeout orders, but physically stepping foot in a Cheesecake Factory, it has been over 10 years and nothing has changed. And that's why we love the Cheesecake Factory. There was a moment where I was like, what if I walk in there and they've gone modern, and they have brass light fixtures, cold, Calcutta marble, a light wood table scale. I mean, I started getting really sad. I'm like, what if they change their cushions from those dark burgundy leather cushions with beige accents and red and swirls and woodwork? And I'm like, what if we've gone, dare I say, Scandinavian coastal, builder grade home, I got nervous for a second, and then I walked in and I was like, nope, not a goddamn thing has changed. Even the hostess stand with the brown granite, nothing has fucking changed. Swirly iron. I was like, oh, honey, we're home. So I took Clyde to the Cheesecake Factory, and it was one of the best moments of my life. Sharing it with him felt like a milestone, like a moment in time. I took so many videos. I took videos of him trying like the brown bread with the chunk of butter. Oh God, it was so cute. Okay. Now the problem is we sat down in a booth, and from my recollection, all the Cheesecake Factory booths had like real privacy booth, similar to their bathroom stalls. But alas, not true. So I sit down. It's me, and then Clyde's on the end of the table, and I'm looking directly, speaking of the caucasity, okay, I'm looking at this man he's bald at the top, and then just the sides of his hair are grown out in a Julianne Hough lob adjacent, okay? So the hair around the perimeter of his bald head is shoulder length, okay? And it's looking a little piecey, and he's looking a little rashy, if you know what I mean. He's sipping on some type of a frozen cocktail. Mind you, it's 11:30 on a Wednesday, which, no judgment. And it was like he was going to the electric chair. He was profusely sweating. He had ordered, 700 appetizers, which he was eating with a violent chew. And the entire time, I fuck you not, this man was staring me dead in the eye, sweating. We held eye contact while he dabbed his upper lip and then shoved a Tex-Mex egg roll down his throat. And he had a mean stare, okay? And I'm looking at Clyde and I'm like, maybe you should order off the Skinnylicious menu, because I took him to the pediatrician and, he's a big guy. And I was like, maybe we do the Skinnylicious salmon rolls, which are not on the menu anymore. I used to love the salmon with the spinach and the little phyllo dough triangle. Delish. I had the pot stickers. I'm not going to lie, I was a little underwhelmed. I think next time I've got to go classics. The stuffed mushrooms are still on the menu. Clyde had little cheeseburger sliders, which were stunning. And it was a real life moment. I was really excited. Besides the very violent eye contact from the star of Island Life staring at me, sweating his balls off with a rosacea flare-up, like shoving anything fried in his mouth at 11:30, and he had like some type of drink with a pineapple, which I just Island Life. Okay. Island Life. Cheeseburger in motherfucking paradise. It was a weird vibe. But we had our lunch at the Cheesecake Factory. Then I thought, you know what would be adorable? Taking little baby Alclyda to fucking Build-A-Bear on a rainy Wednesday. Mother of the fucking year. So I saunter into Build-A-Bear and I look at all the little gremlin children with their little fucking infested phalanges touching everything, coughing. Mom, I want this outfit. And I was like, ugh, these kids need to get backhanded. I'm sorry if you're into the gentle parenting thing. Sometimes a kid needs to get the hook. That was a Schimmel trademark move. My parents we didn't get spanked at all. My mom did slap me when I was 16, and then she immediately cried afterwards and like apologized for like 5 months, but I was being a fucking cunt and she slapped me. And then she goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Oh my God. And I was like, this is what a fucking bitch I am. Okay. I get slapped because I'm being a mouthy whore and I deserve to get slapped. I can say that honestly. And I didn't even flinch. I held eye contact as she did it. And then I just was like, I didn't even feel that. She's hysterically crying, apologizing. And I'm like, you're going to have to try harder next time. And I just was like such a bitch about it. She should have slapped me again harder. But like, I used to get this thing called the hook when I was being a real fucking bitch. And it was just like a removal from the situation. So if we were in a restaurant having a tantrum, you're getting the hook. If you're at a family party having a meltdown, being a bitch, you're getting the fucking hook. It's a removal, okay? So it's like, if you do this again, you're getting the hook. And we would be removed from the situation, which usually leads to like you never doing it again. I remember I had a full meltdown at a restaurant And my mom was always like, butts in seats. Like, you're lucky to be at this restaurant. You need to behave. You can't throw things. You're not screaming. You're not whatever. And I was just losing my mind, levitating. And she's like, if you continue to do this, you're going to have to go home. And I continued to do this. And she said, well, like before appetizers had even hit the table, she's like, you're getting the hook. And I was removed and I had to go home and I had to go to sleep and I never did it again. So I'm down for the hook. You know what I mean? I believe in repercussions and consequences. Call me old fashioned. Call me old fashioned. But these fucking kids, they're taking the stuffing and they're throwing it all over the place. And these moms are like, Kevin, little Kevin, please don't do that. And he continues to do it. And he's like, ah! And he's like ripping, he's like eviscerating these fucking Build-A-Bears. He's ripping their heads off. I'm just going to say it. That kid is going to end up in the clink clink one day because the way that he was dismantling these beloved little bears, he was beheading the Build-A-Bears, okay? And his gentle parenting mama bear is like just crouching down like, honey, Kevin, we don't take the heads off of the bears. We don't rip them limb to limb. Okay, we're building a bear. We're not killing a bear. Okay, it's not kill a bear. It's build bear. Ah! And then the kid just screaming, throwing things, and he's got like a little fucking frozen lemonade from Wetzel's Pretzels, and I'm like, ugh. God, gross. They're not all miracles. They're not all gorgeous. They're not all smart, and they're not all miracles. Jeffrey Dahmer was a fucking baby. A gorgeous one with little aviators on, okay? So just fucking remember that before you're like, oh, cute, which is so Andrew coded. Every time Andrew sees a baby, it could be the ugliest baby you've ever seen with a tooth coming out of their lip. Oh, so cute. I'm like, that's literally an ugly baby. I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? He's like, I thought she was cute. I'm like, are you joking? She looks like a damaged Shih Tzu. She looks like a Shih Tzu that got like put through a fucking ninja blendy. What are you talking about? I'm like, that's like the ugliest kid I've ever seen. Oh, she's cute. She's not cute. I'm sorry. And you know what? It's okay. You have to nourish and nurture other gifts. It's called parenting. But you got to take a step back. You got to zoom out once in a while and be like, is my kid going to be a serial killer? Are they ugly? And really, those are the only two because everything else, we can kind of is my kid going to be a serial killer? Everything else can be fixed for the most part. But like little Kevin, I don't think so. So we went to Build-A-Bear and then we did a quick U-turn and got the fuck out of there. I'm like, I'm not participating in this violence, quite frankly. Not participating. The best gift, one of the best baby gifts I ever got. I went to Build-A-Bear. This is before I had a baby. And I got like the cute little classic teddy. I don't like the clothes. It's so fucking dorky. And I recorded, you can like record your own audio message. So when the baby like holds the hand, it'll say something. So I went in the corner of Build-A-Bear. I asked them to turn the background music off because I needed a really clean recording. I went on YouTube. I found Scary Island like trilogy episode 3 when Bethany Frankel screams at Kelly Ben-Simone, go to sleep, you're fucking crazy, go to sleep. And I found that exact audio clip, okay? And then I put it on full volume and I recorded it for the Build-A-Bear so that when my friend's baby snuggled up at night and hit his little Build-A-Bear's hand, it would say, go to sleep, you're fucking crazy. Genius. I know a ton of people choose weight loss as a New Year's resolution, but January was an absolute dumpster fire. Luckily, you can get back on track this month through Weight Loss by Hers. You can spend the new year in control of your weight by losing up to an average of 9 pounds in your first month. This is based on data that real Hers customers have reported based on their personalized compounded GLP-1 treatment plans. Hers is transforming women's healthcare by providing access to affordable weight loss treatment plans delivered straight to your door if prescribed. Hers offers a holistic weight loss program with personalized solutions, including oral medication kits or compounded GLP-1 weekly injections featuring the same active ingredient as Ozempic and Wegovy. After submitting an online intake form, a licensed medical provider will determine what plan is best for you. If prescribed, your program includes medication, ongoing care, and online support, all at one low cost. Weight loss plans are more affordable through Hers, with compounded GLP-1 injections starting at $165 per month month with a 12-month plan paid upfront for new subscribers. No hidden fees, no membership fees, none of the BS. So if you've been struggling with your weight loss journey, Hers is going to help find you the best option. Start your initial free online visit today at forhers.com/Bible. That is FORHERS.com/Bible for your personalized weight loss treatment options. Forhers.com/Bible. Hers weight loss is not available everywhere. Compounded products are not FDA approved or verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. Restrictions apply. Wegovy and Ozempic are not compounded. Actual price depends on product and plan purchase. Lately, I've been getting more concerned about all the chemicals in my products, okay? It just seems like everything has so many unnecessary chemicals in it. I was really surprised to learn that my laundry detergent is one of the worst culprits. Every wash was leaving behind this harsh chemical residue I didn't even know about. That's why I have made the switch to Earth Breeze laundry sheets. They don't have those harsh chemicals like dyes, parabens, phosphates, and preservatives. And I feel so much more just peace of mind knowing that I'm not exposing my family to those unnecessary toxins, okay? If you want a gentler clean, you gotta switch to Earth Breeze. Right now, you can get 40% off with your auto shipment at earthbreeze.com/bitchbible. That is earthbreeze.com/bitchbible. It's an easy way to have peace of mind every time you do laundry. The caucasity. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've taken it from day to evening if you're watching the video. I had to change because I was like unintentionally wearing a pink sweater with red writing on it. And then I hopped over to Pilates and everyone's like, cute, happy Valentine's Day. I love that you dressed up. It's so unlike you. And I was like, fuck me in the ass with these red nails and my little Valentines. Oh my God, did I even get to the Valentine's thing? Wait. Okay. So amidst my day of hands-on parenting, I took Clyde to the Cheesecake Factory. I took Clyde to Build-A-Bear, but then there was a little Damien on the loose. We left. Okay. We went to the Zara. But then Jackie Schimmel, Mother of the Year, sauntered, and I mean sauntered begrudgingly, to a local Target and picked up some Valentine's Day accoutrement, okay? I went on Amazon. I got little maracas because I'm not going to like bring candy. They're too little. I got these little banana pumpkin, no peanut butter. Learned that the hard way. A little banana pumpkin tractor wheel from Erewhon. I thought that was a nice touch. Put a little heart sticker. I got stickers, glittery stickers, cellophane motherfucking bags, okay? And I made little Valentine's bags for all of the kids in Clyde's class, okay? What did I want to bring as a Valentine's Day treat? I don't know. Razor blades, cigarettes, condoms. Can you imagine how funny that would be? If there was a mom that brought condoms for all the kiddos and little candy cigarettes, I would find her and I would befriend her, because at this juncture, I couldn't pick one of the parents out of a lineup. I get in, I get out. I'm swift and non-conversational. You know what I mean? Like I've already been kind of plucked for like a couple play dates outside of the Montessori program, and we're just not partaking. It's not for me. I want to go to an omakase with Clyde and then take him to a Zara to buy some unisex jogger pants. I don't want to like go to a park with a bitch named Braylon. You know what I mean? Like we're good. It's a fucking wrap. I don't want to have to perform. So, this is unbelievable. So this morning I go to the class. I probably shouldn't talk about this because I'm going to get kicked out. You know what? That's okay. They hit me up for a donation. I'm going to make a nice donation and then I'm going to tell this story so they won't kick me out. Okay. See, now we're just workshopping this. This is good. Okay. So I make these little Valentine's bags. They're in cellophane little bags. Okay. We've got a little rubber ducky with like a little heart, holding a little heart. And then I've got my cookies, my, farm to table organic Erewhon cookies for the kiddos. And then I have these little maracas. There's 12 kids in Clyde's class. I ordered a 12 pack of like those little like Montessori egg maracas. Okay. So I put them in all the bags. I put them in like a cute little gift bag. I go to the school this morning. I'm handing out my little V-Day treats to the kiddos. Now in this maraca pack, there was you can't make this shit up. There was one maraca that had the Mexican flag on it, okay? It's a maraca, and some of them were polka dots, some of them are painted. They're all colorful, super cute, okay? There happened to be one Mexican flag maraca. As I'm handing out these bags in a very random fashion, okay, from the abyss of yet another Valentine gift bag. So it's like one of those little games at a Chuck E. Cheese with the claw, okay, with the evil Whiperer claw. I'm handing and I'm tossing, and I'm handing and I'm tossing, and I'm doing it quite quickly because I want to get the fuck out of there, before we start mingling. I pick up my cellophane gift bag that I put my little glittery stickers on and wrote, "Love, Clyde." I hand the Mexican flag maraca to the only Hispanic kid in the whole fucking class. And as I pick it up, I look around and I was like, you gotta fucking be kidding me. This is not a good look. The caucasity of this dumb bitch teen mom giving the Mexican flag maraca to the only fucking Hispanic kid in the whole goddamn class. I wanted to die, okay? I'm looking around to see if the teachers, I'm like, should I put it back in the bag? Should I get him a different one? Do I just glaze, make it like it was an accident because it was a fucking accident? I don't know what bag I'm picking out. I'm like, Clyde's never going to be able to come back here. We're going to have to go in the witness protection program. I'm going to get canceled. Of course, my gut reaction is to make a joke and make it very, very public because I live without secrets, okay? So I'm trying to get eye contact with one of the teachers and be like, what are the chances? But then they're not looking, and then are they offended? But then I didn't do anything wrong, and everyone knows I'm just randomly handing these out at rapid speed because I got to get the fuck out of there, or I'm going to get asked to serve up heart-shaped pancakes and volunteer, which I'm certainly not fucking doing. It was unbelievable. I was like, where the fuck is Larry David? How is this happening? There's only 8 kids present at their very moment. So statistically, things were not in my favor. But I would just like to apologize. Big donation coming your way, kids. Just another day being a mama bear. Okay, I am so obsessed. And by obsessed, I mean in great hatred and disdain for this new trend, courtesy of broken bitches everywhere, that's all over the internet, that starts with, I took my younger self to coffee. Or is it, I met my younger self for coffee. And then proceeds to go into this long, listless facade of fraudulence and bullshit and forlorn energy. Because when I see someone post something like that, especially if it's self-published, if you're just reposting it, it's giving broken, but I'll get over it. But the ones that are committing to the bit and, propping their phones up in a parking lot, Starbucks, drive-through, with anyone that has any type of an adhesive thing on the back of their phone to capture content should be, I don't know, quarantined for all of eternity. It's just, well, Jackie, that's how you make a living. Isn't that how you make a living? I would not walk around with an adhesive stickum on the back of my phone. I'd keep that to my fucking self. I have a little bit more tact than that. So yeah, Braylon, I keep it to yourself. Okay. These broken bitches on a rainy day and with their platform Uggs, driving through to get the new pistachio cold brew, okay? And then sitting in a parking lot while they stick their phone onto the dash and look out the window lovingly and then craft up a sad little essay about, how much better their life is now than in their early 20s. Okay. It's once again, it's giving motherfucking broken. So I'm going to write my own. Eventually I'm going to get to it. But the whole thing is sad. I actually started to write one and then I forgot about it. Could we cue some music? Some forlorn, sympathetic music. I took my younger self to coffee. I thanked her for getting that abortion. I also, this actually isn't really funny. I also told her one day we'd have enough financial freedom to get blow dries every 3 days and get that rosacea handled. I got to workshop it. I'm gonna give you the full read on next week's episode. But it's trends like these. This is why we get paid less than men. It's shit like this. This is the type of shit that Windexes, that glass ceiling that we're trying to bust through, It's shit like this. I met my younger self for coffee. Did you? Fuck off. It doesn't matter if you put Billie Eilish instrumental What Was I Made For in the background, okay? Anybody watching you slow sip your vanilla chai latte that, by the way, is going straight to your ass, talking about how fantastic your life is with your 4 kids that all have lice and overbites, as opposed to you, dry humping in a club in a bodycon Hervé Leger knockoff dress 8 years ago. Like, that was your best chapter. Okay, mind you, nobody fucking believes you. It doesn't matter how often you're ombre-ing that hair and you're just slow sipping those lattes, sweet cheeks, okay? It's giving broken. How many times do we have to cover this? That's the Windex. That's the glass ceiling. Stop. Now, I would say if I was really reflecting in an honest way on my 20s versus now my 30s, obviously my life is much better now, but there's pros and cons to each decade. And I think that's how it goes. I would say actually not better, maybe equal in different capacities. Let's talk pros and cons of my 20s. Pros: thin metabolism, no hopes, no dreams, no consequences really, no expectations, nothing to keep up with. You know what I mean? And did I mention thin? So thin. Like, can't even believe how naturally thin I was. No hangovers, no exercising, no consequences for anything. Just like completely aimless and confident and, little to no hopes or dreams, which I love for her. Just kind of like the spirit of everything's going to work out, which I still kind of subscribe to that method of thinking. I mean, cons of the 20s. I was poor. I had rosacea. I couldn't afford blow dries, which was really taxing. I also had crazy anxiety in my 20s, like crazy anxiety, which I don't really have anymore at all. I had debilitating panic attacks. I went through 2 years where I only ate beige food and acted as if I had the stomach flu because I was afraid of getting the stomach flu. And I worked in a job that I fucking hated. I was a receptionist on an investment bank. I hated every second of it. I felt like I was just really put in a cage there because I was put in a cage there, but then I didn't have any skill set or resources to do anything else at the time. So I was kind of just in this little box, and I had kind of sat Shiva with the idea that I was going to have a big, wonderful life, And then I met Andrew and I was like, okay, he's in music. Maybe there's something here. Maybe this will take me to greener pastures. And then it kind of did, but I was still poor. I was just riding his coattails all over the world. And, so that was fun. But when we were living in London the first year, I'm not joking. I had, I think when I left, I had $300 in its entirety because I had gotten fired from my job. And then I lived off of Andrew's per diem. So I didn't have a car. But I was having the time of my life. I didn't give a fuck and a half. I was I would go get a Nando's kid meal and I would stretch it. That's how I was so thin. Poor equals thin. That's girl math right here. You know what I mean? Let's kick it old school. Remember during the Renaissance or something that people who were, overweight, shall we say, those were healthy, successful people. And I like that. What are the pros and the cons of my 30s? Just hair, I guess. My hair gets done. I have a child. We don't need to get into it. I think it's pretty obvious. You know what I'm obsessed with right now? Obsessed with right now is 2 music careers, okay? Jessica Simpson and Kate Hudson. I'm not going to get into Kate Hudson's music career because it feels like dicey terrain. It's a little too close. I'm not going to touch it. I think it's glorious. I don't know, her and Sabrina Carpenter putting out a deluxe version of their albums on the same day doesn't sit right with me. And I think famous people, how do I put this tenderly. Maybe famous actresses, who whoever, I'm not talking about Kate Hudson, I'm just saying maybe they take a beat before entering into music and be like really mindful and thoughtful and approach it as if they weren't previously famous, and then really take a look-see at the situation, and when all else fails, throw more money at it to make it better. You know what I mean? Because when you do have those resources, let's throw more money at it to make it better, both visually and okay. Jessica Simpson's music career resurgence is one of my favorite things I've ever seen. Where the fuck? This is my first thought, okay, when I see her soft tease her new rock album. She's getting divorced. She's got her bell bottoms on. She's going back to her roots. I can't even get into it. I could do 4 hours on it because it's so funny to me. But like, when something's so inherently funny that like if you have to explain it to people listening, you just know they're not going to get it, even if you explain it beautifully. It's just one of those things. If you understand what I'm saying, we don't need to discuss it. My question to you is this: where the fuck is Casey Cobb? Because if Casey Cobb, Jessica Simpson's best friend, I hope they're still in contact, because if they're not, then that seems like a Jessica Simpson thing. Those two were thick as thieves. If you watch Newlyweds, you know Casey Cobb, okay? Jessica Simpson's famous best friend, okay, for years and years and years. The fact that Casey Cobb has not picked up the phone and called Jessie Simpson and said, honey, we're not doing those eyelashes anymore, makes me wonder about the integrity of their friendship. Because I can tell you this: if anyone that I love was rocking that heavy of a fucking lash, I would call them. I would send a carrier pigeon, a helicopter, a grenade in the sky to tell them that the lashes have got to go. Whether they choose to take that information to heart or not. I've had many a conversation with many a girlfriend being like, honey, your lash is sahankin. It's not good. It's giving heavy, heavy eyelid. And dare I say it, like someone DM'd me the other day and I was so mad about it. They're like, hey babes, not to be this girl, but a lash tint would change your life. And I'm like, not to be a bitch, but a lobotomy would change your life. I'm not getting a fucking lash tint. I'm not into that. I'd rather have no eyelashes than a lash tint. I think lashes, write this down, are so overrated and unnecessary. I can count on one hand the amounts of time that I've put mascara on in the past 6 months. And it's not often, because I don't care about it. Give me a gloss and a highlighter and call it a fucking day. Why are we spending so much time on these lashes? Worry about your fucking eyebrows. I think there are two types of girls in the world, okay? I'm workshopping this out loud and I really feel strongly about it. There's the girls that care about their eyebrows, and there's the girls that care about their eyelashes. And they're not the same. And I am a girl that cares about her eyebrows. Granted, I am looking like Sandy Cohen, Peter Gallagher from the OC. But that's because I am overdue and I'm just letting them bushify before we clean. Okay, we clean and we're arching. We're arching. Not too thin, not too thick, not too thin. Whew, feels good to say that out loud, you know? You know, Andrew and I aren't in our date night era right now. We're like nesting, hibernating, whatever. So when we do go out, I really like to show up and show out. You know, I'm talking fresh blow dry, okay? A gorgeous out of the archives Celine jacket I bankrupt myself for. Dripping in jewels. I pull out all of the goddamn stops to remind him how out of his league I am and how grateful he should be to have me in his life. And while I love all the bells and whistles, It's important to remember the foundations of any date night, Luke, and that starts with deodorant. Nothing is worse than a bitch doused in diptyque parfum, reeking of BO underneath, okay? My absolute must is Lumi's whole body deodorant because it works so unbelievably well. I'm team fragrance free so that I can stack my scents on top of it, and you better believe I carry it in my purse just in case. So Lumi's whole body deodorant is safe to use anywhere on your body, your pits, your underboobs, your thigh folds, your belly button, butt crack, vulva, feet. It was created by an OBGYN who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. It is clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. When I was hitting those Grammy parties, honey, I was neck to ankles covered in Lumi, okay? I love this product. It is such a great product. If you've tried it, you know it, you love it. If you haven't, what the hell are you waiting for? Lumi's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, new customers get 15% off all Lumi products with our exclusive code. And if you combine the 15% off with the already discounted starter pack, that equals over 40% off their starter pack. Use code Bible for 15% off your first purchase at lumideodorant.com. That's code Bible at LUMEDEODORANT.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Smell fresher, stay drier, and boost your confidence from head to toe with Lumi. If you've ever been in the market for a new home, you know home shopping can be a lot. There's so much you don't know and so much you need to know. What are the neighborhoods like? What are the schools like? Who is the agent? Who knows the listing or neighborhood best? And why can't all this information just be in one place? Well, now it is on Homes.com. They've got everything you need to know about the listing itself, but even better, they've got comprehensive neighborhood guides and detailed reports about local schools. And their agent directory helps you see the agent's current listings and sales history. Homes.com collaboration tools make it easier than ever to share all this information with your family. It's a whole cul-de-sac of home shopping information all at your fingertips. Homes.com. We've done your homework. Can I also tell you something so motherfucking embarrassing? Okay. I was doing a little shuffle-rooski with Clyde yesterday in the car. And I do love Kendrick Lamar, I should say that, even though he was wearing American Eagle jeans at the Super Bowl. Makes me love him more, actually. And All the Stars by Kendrick Lamar featuring SZA came on, and I was singing along, and it took me back to like a few years ago when the song came out. Andrew and I were in the car playing the song, and I'm singing along, showcasing my vocal range, hoping to get another pop ballad out of that fucker. And he's like, "What are you singing in the chorus?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "What do you think the lyric is?" And I'm like, "Baby, I'm not done to tears, let me know. All the stars are kosher. All the stars are kosher." I thought it was all the stars are kosher. And I'm not really sure what I thought the symbolism was. I thought maybe they were taking a stand against anti-Semitism and just being like, all the stars are kosher, which, by the way, I don't keep kosher. I don't actually know anyone that does keep kosher. I think I'm not like super religious like that, but regardless, if the song lyrics were all the stars were kosher, maybe I'd go kosher. I don't know. I thought it was a bop for the Jews. Call me crazy, call me woke, call me inclusive. And I started singing it again just yesterday. All the stars are kosher. They need to get that AI video starring Scarlett Johansson and David Schwimmer. They need to reboot that with Kendrick Lamar and change the lyrics to all the stars are kosher, because I think it would just unify us against anti-Semitism in the wake of Kanye West. And you know what? You can take that free of charge. Can you imagine? By the way, I think about songs and like lyrics for local businesses all the time. I will not bore you with the Nail City, which I pitched when I was, a la 2007. There was a nail place called Nail City. And I was like, that song Rack City? I was like, Nail City, bitch, Nail City, bitch, because they were buying ads in the local paper. And I went to the woman and I was like, hey, why don't we get like a local spot on a local channel, and like get everyone up in this joint to like throw dollar bills and change the lyrics from Rack City to Nail City. It will be an explosive hit. You'll have lines out the door, for French tip Manny's. it comes to me. It just fucking comes to me. It's like HGTV, Cheeseburger in Paradise. Speaking of Cheeseburger in Paradise, and then, well, that story's done. All the stars are kosher. It's a bop. It's a remix. Somebody get on it. Speaking of Cheeseburger in Paradise, my new HGTV show. It's Andrew's birthday today, as we've previously established, and it's Valentine's Day. We went for a gorge omakase lunch together. You know, it's hard. My lunches are for me, so to like have to kibitz, even with my own husband, people are like, Jackie, I'd hate to be married to you. You fucking wish, okay? Call my husband and ask him about it. I'm a hoot and a half. I'm hilarious, and I know how to roast a fucking chicken, so don't even fucking try me. Me bitching and kvetching on a microphone is... Please. So anyways, yeah, we were just like chatting and like, so like, what do you want to do this weekend? He's like, I don't know. We should go to the farmer's market. I was like, okay. Like, it's just like, we're circling the drain, whatever. And so I had to start talking shit about people because, you know, I got to keep things spicy. I'm just talking shit about strangers at the sushi bar. I'm like, the fact that she is wearing those leggings with a violent VPL, and let this serve as a PSA, okay? You need to wear a thong or you need to go commando under a tight legging. I don't care if you're a woman of a certain age. Get a long, sensible sweater and call it a day. I do not want to see not just a VPL, which is a visible panty line if you're a little bit stupid. I'm talking like a violent, like a corded, like a brief with an elastic line. Okay, like the panty line. Oh, I hate the word panty. Oh, like, you know, those, like not a seamless Fruit of the Loom, but something that almost has like an elastic on the edge, just suffocating your ass. It's so unattractive and it's so unnecessary. You shouldn't be wearing that. I don't ever want to have a beautiful Toro sashimi with a side of VPL. That's not what I came for. So I'm just, you know, under my breath, whatever. And Andrew's like, I brought you a present. It's just a little something. And I was like, oh, babe, stop it. That's cute. This little fucker got me chocolate-covered strawberries, which are my favorite food. Dark chocolate raisinets, which are also my favorite food, and a Lindt Intense Orange with a little flaky sea salt. He got me 3 different types of chocolate. Now, granted, where we were having sushi is right next door to the Gelson, so I know he just like popped in and grabbed it. Not a lot of thought, but we'll get back to that. Like, would I like the new, like, would I, maybe I would have liked that Loewe bag, but whatever. You know what? That's okay. I'm not a materialistic person. I was like, Andrew, are you trying to give me diabetes or what the fuck is happening here? He's like, I just wanted to get you a sweet little treat. And I was like, okay. Baby, I let down the tears and let me know all the stars are kosher. What else happened today? I was at a red light with a man driving a white Lexus, and I thought about running him off the road because I don't like when men drive white cars unless they want a big old dick up their ass. And on that note, I'm signing off. Everybody, have a wonderful week. Everyone stay posted on my pre-Nuvo scan results and my I Met My Younger Self for Coffee trilogy. Bye.